welcome to the stage Josh Hadley.
All right, everybody. How's everybody doing? This is the last speaker of the day. You guys ready for me to be done? I can walk off the stage now if you guys are like, I got a plane to catch. All right, let's have everybody stand up real quick here. All right, I've got a question for y'all. So get up, stretch your legs a little bit. Jabron crushed it. These are hard acts to follow, by the way. You have Hudson, Jay Hunter, and then here's me. So sorry you have to end with me. All right, so number one, I've got a question for you guys, okay? Number one, stay standing if you're dealing with any of these issues, all right? Go ahead and sit down if none of these things apply to you. Number one, overseas sellers are ripping off your listings and taking your sales. Number two, your margins are disappearing thanks to FBA fees, returns, tariffs, and race to zero pricing. You're burning out trying to juggle everything in the business. You're dumping more into PPC but struggling to stay ranked. And number five, knowing that you need to diversify off of Amazon, but you're not sure exactly where to go or how to do it. Yeah? Most people still standing? All right, go ahead and take a seat. So I was in your guys' shoes, like literally the exact same time last year, I was in your guys' shoes, feeling those same pain points. Earlier last year, our business was facing year-over-year declines. Everybody is always up talking about like their growth, they're crushing it, things are going great. Well, last year, things were not going great in our business at all. Okay, and I'm gonna share that story with you guys today and how hopefully I can inspire you guys with some actionable takeaways that you can go implement in your business to help you guys get on the path that you need to be on to help to keep scaling. All right, so what if I could share with you guys how you guys could escape that Amazon hamster wheel that we're all on right now that just seems to get harder and harder year by year, okay? Today I'm gonna show you guys three things. These are the three action items I hope that you guys walk away from today. Number one, how the exact playbook that we used in order to get 200K in GMV just in the month of July. Number two, how we did 200K in Shopify as well, okay, in the month of July. And then number three, what we're doing now to make Amazon our most profitable channel, okay? And I say that with at the beginning of 2024, I was making this much money on Shopify, and I was making this much money on TikTok Shop, all right? So first of all, who am I? Who's this guy up on stage? First and foremost, I'm a father of four, husband to a beautiful wife. My wife and I work together in the business. It's our favorite thing to do. We're an 8-figure brand and have been for the last 3 years. And I'm also the host of the Ecomm Breakthrough podcast. That's the podcast that I share actionable strategies to scale from 7 to 8 figures and the exact journey and playbook that we're implementing in our business to scale to 9 figures. All right, so I want to take you guys back to January of 2024. All right, this is probably one of the hardest times that I've had in my business, hands down. As everybody knows, TikTok Shop came out in like the fall of 2013. And in the fall of 2013, there were people pitching, hey, we can get you set up on TikTok Shop. We can get you guys crushing out on TikTok Shop. Sure, take my money, let's do it, right? So guess what I did? Signed up with this agency. And then 3 months go by with this agency. And the agency's like, I'm sorry, sir, but we've reached out to thousands of creators and there's not one creator that wants a free sample of your product. That was their response. But we did find some people who'd be willing to make a video for you for like a few $100 each. And I was like, no, thank you. In addition to that, here comes January of 2024. And guess what? We had consecutive product flops that did not do well on Amazon. And then in addition to that, I watched my bank account go nearly down to zero. And for the first time ever, I had to take money from my own personal bank account and invest it to go fund payroll. That's not a fun feeling to have as a business owner. That's where I was at. It got to the point where I felt like there was no other option but to pray. And that's what I did. I kneeled down, cried, and I'm not an emotional man, but I cried. And I prayed to my Father in heaven, asking for how do I get out of this mess? Well, once upon a time, I had a thriving Amazon business and I was going to scale to the moon with it. all of a sudden, like the parking brake was pulled up and we were stalling and in fact moving backwards with no end in sight. Competitor after competitor just knocking you off, driving down the entire prices of the market. That's all I saw. Now, at the time, I also play old man's hockey league. So if you want some real fun entertainment, go to your local hockey rink at like a weekend night, 10:30 at night, watch some old guys play hockey. It's not a beautiful sight, but it's something I enjoy playing. So I would go, I was playing hockey. And I drove my truck. This is 10:30 at night. I'm alone. And as I always do, I always put on a podcast to listen to on my drive. And so one of the podcasts I just stumbled upon as I turned it on was talking about a stationery brand that was scaling up on TikTok Shop. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I tried that. That's nice. It's interesting that they're also in my niche. That's a coincidence. All right. So go to the hockey game. Well, guess what? On the way back from that hockey game, again, randomly choosing a podcast to listen to, I choose a different podcast. And yet again, it's a stationery brand that's scaling on TikTok Shop. And I can tell you the number of times I've heard a stationery brand in any e-commerce podcast, and it was probably those 2 times alone. And so I knew that was my message from God. That was like, time to pull up your pants and go figure out TikTok Shop yourself. And so that's what I did. He gave me that enlightenment. And so my encouragement to each of you is that whatever issue you face in your business, he cares, and he'll enlighten your mind because he did mine. And all the credit, I give all the credit, everything that's happened since then, we're up 100% year over year. All of that is due to the inspiration that came from that moment. So today I'm going to share with you guys what led to that path. All right. Now, I don't have a lot of time. I've got 20 minutes left and I've got 100 slides to walk through. There ain't no way we're getting through all of these slides where we're going to be like able to dissect all of this. But would you guys like access to the slides at the end? Yeah. Okay. So that means we're going to go like lightning speed, and you might be like, hey, I've got a question here or there. I want to leave some time for questions at the end, but know that we're going to be moving pretty quick through all this stuff. All right. Okay, so here we go. This is the exact process that we have used in order to generate over 40 viral videos now at this point with creators. And we've been able to amass an affiliate army that has over 2,000 loyal brand ambassadors, what I call them. Okay, so this is our TikTok strategy 2.0. Some of you may have seen me speak at Kevin King's $1 Billion Seller Summit earlier this year. This strategy has already been updated since then. Right? Like that is how fast TikTok Shop is moving. So you're getting like the exact stuff that we've been then tweaking and refining up until now. All right, so as you guys all heard from Jay Hunter and you heard from Hudson as well, is we use Yuka AI. Like that is our outreach bot of choice, okay? I told them I was coming. I also know their founders, Jeremy and those guys. And I was like, hey, would you like a plug? I can, here's your promo code if you want to use one. All right, here is exactly what we're doing. Step number 1, create a list of creators. All right, here's where most of you are going wrong and what I think was the reason why that agency sucks so bad, okay? Number 1, you have to reach out to creators that are actually in your niche and your audience, that actually care about your product. I think that is personally the secret magic behind all of this. Because if you're just doing the spray and pray approach, it's like anybody with a warm body that's just requesting a sample, I'll give it to them. I promise if that's the approach you take, like, man, you're going to be having to send like probably 10,000 samples out a month just to try to hit like 100 that are your core demographic. Okay. So how do you do this? So there's 2 ways you can do this. On TikTok Shop, you can go into the TikTok Seller Center, into the affiliate tab. And in there, you can actually put in keywords. So you guys are all Amazon sellers. Go ahead and put in the keywords. What works well for your product? Put in your top keywords. And guess what you're going to do? Do the same thing on Yuka. And it's going to find people that have ever talked about that type of content or whether those type of keywords are in their bio, etc. Okay. And then you're going to click this button that says like create a list. All right. Here we go. So we're going to rinse and repeat that with multiple keywords. And this is the way it looks inside of the TikTok Shop account. And in TikTok Shop, you can download the CSV file of those creators and then upload that CSV file into Yuka. Okay? Tracking with me so far? We got our lists ready? All right, here we go. You ready for a secret hack? All right, here we go.